The main reason also I felt like making this video was because of some very amusing updates with the shipping. Like, oh my god, it's crazy actually. It's so funny. You won't believe it. Like the clickbait title would be like, "You won't believe this." If you're already on the subreddit and or the G2 Discord, then you already know what I'm going to talk about. But I just want to have everyone appreciate this. It's so interesting. So yeah, let's talk about it. Before I continue, I just wanted to mention that I will also be getting and reviewing a G2 myself in the near future. The vast majority of you guys are not subscribed, so if you want to keep up to date with the most recent news, subscribe to the YouTube channel and join my Discord. Link in the description. If you like the content, be sure to give it a thumbs up. All that stuff. But yeah, on to the G2 shipping news. So yeah, everyone's been waiting for the G2. All right, everybody on the Reddit and the HP Reverb G2 Discord have been speculating about shipping, waiting to see reviewers get their hands on the headset. And just yesterday, someone actually got a G2 shipped to them. And you would think like, oh yeah, this person is a reviewer or like a VR enthusiast or even like, like a day one pre-order, like, but no, the person who got a G2 first is just some random guy who his first VR headset is the G2. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. And like, you should be skeptical of that. You should be like, hey, wait a minute, that sounds bizarre. Why would, like, not only that, but he's the only person to like that we know of that got a G2 right now. Like literally the only person in the world we know of that has a G2. So it's just weird that like it wasn't done in a big batch, it seems. It's just one guy. But in case you're wondering, it is legit. It's been confirmed by Voodoo IMAX or IMAX in the Discord. He's like, if you don't know, he's an HP employee. And he confirmed that it is the final shipping box. So seems pretty legit. And yeah, he was able to show that the pictures are most recent and all that with writing "never gonna let you down" on the slip as requested by the community. That's in reference to IMAX's Rickrolls, because IMAX has been Rickrolling everybody so much lately. There's so many things going on. It's so funny. But yeah, everybody's been wanting to know his thoughts lately. So the guy who got it, his name's OAF. We're gonna call him OAF. Yeah, so everyone's wants to know Oaf's thoughts on the headset. The poor guy, it's his first VR headset. He doesn't like he prefaces all of this with like he doesn't know like he didn't expect to be in this position, and it's his first headset and all that stuff. So it's like he can't really make any good comparisons and all of that. But it's just so funny that he's the guy who has to be kind of the spokesperson for the G2 right now. So yeah, so everything in his post, again, take with a grain of salt. We don't know everything. But there's still a few things in here that really make me kind of excited, kind of hype. So let's go over it. So yeah, he says that after spending a couple hours with the G2, here's his random assortment of thoughts. He said, this is posted on the Discord, by the way, but I'm just reading it off of Reddit. But like he says that he's already gotten used to the fit much better, which has increased the clarity and the ease of finding the sweet spot. He found that the headset was too low on his face at first, but wanting to adjust it higher up. He's saying, okay, like he's needed to do some adjustments and the clarity greatly improved once he was able to do that. I think this is just true with like any VR headset. I experienced this with every VR headset I've tried on. It's super important to get the fit good, to get the clarity. So anyway, it just sounds standard to me, or at least there's not too much to read into it. But there was a really interesting part here that I think caught my eye personally. So he says, now that I've figured that out, I'm really happy with the clarity. You can see some blurriness around the edges. So I had to move the overlays and iRacing, but I can read them just fine in their new position in my peripheral vision. Okay. There's a lot to unpack in that sentence, actually, in my opinion. He says you see some blurriness around the edges. This is true with any VR display. Like, I cannot think of an exception. Nonetheless, that's pretty standard. But the part that gets me excited is he said that he moved the overlays so that he can read them in his peripheral vision. Okay, that's nuts to me. That's actually nuts. Like being able to read like gauges or like text like in your peripheral vision on a VR headset is like not common. So that sounds like the G2 might really have something going on here, like for sure. And again, he goes on to describe the straps and adjustments. So I really think he had to spend a bit of time to really get the headset adjusted. And I bet I will too when I have a chance. Another thing I wanted to note there too is just briefly in this post, he doesn't talk about the resolution, which is actually super good because at least for me personally, when I tried on a VR headset for the first time, the first thing I noticed was like, oh yeah, this, the resolution's not too great. And then you just kind of ignore it and move on from there. And what makes VR really good is not the resolution. Let me get that clear. But nonetheless, it's something you notice right away, right? It doesn't look like a monitor. Again, can't read into too much here, but it's just a thing. He says that he loves the sound on this thing. It sounds really great. He's shocked that headphones aren't fully on or over my ears, just sort of floating there. And he loves that you can twist one out of the way if you need to hear someone else in the room. Yeah, I mean, like, I tried the Index. The audio is incredible. I can definitely attest to that. And it is really, really great. All of those features that he mentioned are really awesome. So I'm glad he appreciates it too. And he said he didn't use the controllers for more than 20 minutes, but he was impressed with the tracking. It only cut out like right next to his ear. Holding it's comfortable, but it will take some time to get used to. So not too much we can really say about the controllers from him right now. There was one thing he mentioned which actually relieved me a lot. It was in the Discord. He mentioned that the controllers felt pretty light to him, and he was like, they're kind of light, maybe they're kind of cheap. But actually, I think that's a really good thing. I mean, the controllers of the G2 look bulkier and bigger than the Oculus Touch controllers. And that kind of worried me a little bit because, you don't want your controllers to be really bulky in VR. You actually want them as light as possible, I would argue. So it's really nice to hear that they actually are light controllers. So yeah, that's most of it. I mean, most of the news is right there. We've got our phone camera through the lenses videos. This guy is such a beast. Like, this guy's first VR headset, and everyone's hounding him to like do these things, and he's taking these videos with his phone in the freaking headset. Like, it's actually incredible. So kudos, big shout outs to this guy for actually putting up with everyone's demands, basically. He's just like, yeah, I'll take some through the lens videos for you guys. Yeah, I think the situation is just so amusing to me. It's just so amusing. Like, imagine you buy your first VR headset, okay? And then you're the only person in the world, like, known of, to receive it. So suddenly, like, the media and everyone's around you with, like, cameras and microphones asking you, like, hey, what do you think of it? Like, how did the displays look? How's the tracking? How's the comfort? like, like, it's your first VR headset. You're like, I don't know anything. Like, for those of you that have bought a VR headset before, like, think back to when you've bought your first VR headset and, like, tried it on and everything. Like, imagine if someone was asking you all these questions. Dude, I wouldn't know how to answer half of them. Jesus. Like, then, yeah. And it's all while you're still unboxing the friggin' thing, too. Like, the poor dude was just posted a picture of his G2 box on Discord. He's like, hey, I got it. And everyone's like, wow, quick, tell us everything. So yeah, absolutely incredible. So virtual reality Oasis, or Mike, he has just posted like earlier today about having his G2. So yeah, we will be seeing reviews very soon. But yeah, just a very amusing situation where the first person to get one just happened to be just completely random person, basically, as far as we know. So anyway, that's it for the video. Sorry it was a little longer than I expected, but yeah, if you like it, like it. So I will catch you guys later. Peace.